Hello Capsuleer, my name is Gildy and welcome to EVE Online. Today I will show you one of the AEGIS sites that can be done with a T2 exploration frigate. The site involves no combat and instead some flying, cloaking mechanics to get you good loot, which goes for around 200 to 220 million ISK per site at the time of this recording. The site consists of two rooms. First one, as you can see, has one can that needs to be hacked, a gate, one EdenCom Gunstar webbing tower, and some security scanners. The last ones are a new-ish addition to the game, basically operating as proximity decloak devices, which pulse every so often, forcing you to keep recloaking if you get too close to them. The strategy for this room is to uncloak, wait for your recloak timer to be close to 0, then hit Microwarpdrive and decloak again. Why not use your Microwarpdrive immediately after you decloak? It will bloom your signature radius so much that before you recloak, the tower can lock you and start webbing, which will make you move very slowly. With the general purpose exploration frigate that I use for this, as I don't have any special fit really, it slows me down to around 600 meters per second with Microwarpdrive on, so being able to push to the can without getting webbed decreases your site completion time greatly. And as you can see in the local chat window that I have open, you have only 30 minutes to finish the site. The can that we are approaching is also surrounded from nearly all sides by those circles, which are proximity mines. If you have your graphics settings set to the quality preset, you will also be able to see the red spheres that start appearing when you get your camera close to them, which helps tremendously in finding ways around the mines. And it is important because if you as little as touch the edge of their detection range, they will explode, killing your ship. Once you get the key, do not warp off. The key will disappear if you do so. So now starts the most boring and also the most risky part of the site. Since you have been targeted by the tower, you cannot cloak and you need to keep burning to take the gate. So someone could at this point take the initial gate to the site, warp here and try sniping you out. However, once you go through, you are safe from the other players. As per the key description, this is the only key specific to this gate, so no one should be able to follow you through. So I will see you at the gate itself. Now that we are at the gate, we are going to be jumping into the second room. It is important to hit cloak before you land to have the time to look around and see what you just got yourself into. You land in the right pocket surrounded by mines, and the can you need to get to is in the left one. Additional danger here is the EdenCom AEGIS fleet that will shoot you and try ECMing you. And lastly, the whole room is surrounded by the security scanners, so you cannot just fly away, you will need to hack the wall of mines to get through. So the way I do those rooms is to first look around for a way out, like you can see on the screen, poking my camera about. Then, following the route that I got out with the camera, I will try to find the closest way back into the other area where the destination can is. It can be quite random. Sometimes you can just see a massive opening and you can just fly back in immediately. Sometimes you will need to poke around as the wall of mines might be quite thick. Here I marked a potential way in that could let me in with a lot of manual flying and keep looking further to find a better way in. And I do find one a little moment later. Another way to do this is to get your camera to the can itself and work from the inside of the pocket outwards, like you do with the ship. I just do this way as I have just made a habit out of it. because I did it the first way and it still works nicely for me, and I do not really have many issues finding my way back into the pocket with the can. One tip is, if of course you find yourself the mine more or less in the area you want to try to get back into the can pocket, do bookmark it, as you can see I have done on the screen, because it will get easier once you are flying around, making sure that you cloak on time, that you don't get decloaked by the security scanners. It might be tougher to find the same spot again, so do bookmark the spot so that you know exactly where to go to start getting into that pocket. So what you need to do is once more start burning using the same trick as if you would get locked here by the ECCM ships. It will be game over with the frigates and the rest closing in the distance and trying to snipe you while you are still getting to the can. Remember to turn the Microwarpdrive on only when you already have the recloak timer down, so you can click both of them at the same time. I will link the fitting of the ship I use for exploration usually down below. It does work with this site, but I do have maxed out skills, so I will also link what I think would have a better chance at running the site faster and safer if you would like a specialized fitting. And finally, we get to the final can itself. It is the hardest can to hack, with a red 120 HP core, making also every single defensive subsystem having more HP, making it tougher to hack. However, the grid usually does have a lot of spots that fall into the rule of sixes, so you can travel through the grid quite nicely. One note, I usually do not orbit the cans, but rather keep still within the range that allows me to still cloak if any danger arises. But here it is quite good to actually orbit to not get an unlucky shot from one of the ECCM ships that would snipe out your ship. Once you kill the core, grab your loot and warp off. And voila, you got the goodies in the bag. You can see the estimation of the price of the loot at the time this video is being put together on the screen right now in Johnny's tool. And that is the sign. If you enjoyed this video, consider hitting the like button and subscribe to see my future uploads. And if we never see each other again in Space Capsulia, fly safe.